Welcome back to another video. We're out here at Staten Island Airfield once again, and today I want to talk about charging batteries in a car. One of the most important things in FPV is your batteries. And obviously having batteries charged all the time isn't a great thing to do because it wears out the batteries faster, can cause puffing, puts you at increased risk of fire. It's not a great idea. So before you go out and fly, you have to charge all of your batteries. And if you get a last minute invite to go out to a flying spot, sometimes you don't have a ton of time to charge all of your batteries up. Maybe you only have a few flight packs and you need to be able to charge where you are. One of those ways for a lot of people here in the US, because cars are pretty prevalent, is to charge in a vehicle or charge off DC, one of the two. Today, I want to talk about my in-car charging setup because it has been super useful for charging batteries on my way to a flying spot. If I'm having a day and I need to go out and get a few packs in, I can just throw my stuff in the car, charge batteries on my way to my flight spot, and if I can sit with my car at the flying spot, I can also continue to charge while I'm there. This has been a pretty recent change for me. For the longest time, I really didn't like to charge inside my vehicle because it just made me slightly nervous. But after doing a bit more research, paying a bit more attention, and learning kind of a few nuances, I felt more comfortable charging my batteries in the car, and that's why I got this little itty bitty charger. I mean, you can see it against my hand. It is a fantastic way to get in that battery charge while in transit, because sometimes I have to drive half an hour, even more to a spot. And so being able to use that time not only to physically transit there, but also to charge my batteries is a fantastic convenience. And before now, I think part of the reason I was nervous is because I didn't want to run a live wire from my battery into the passenger compartment of my car. I didn't want to have wires hanging out. I didn't want to have the hood open at the flying spot. I wanted this to be convenient, lightweight, and discreet, and something that I could keep in the car for when I'm in transit. I could just plug stuff in, charge, and then go fly. If you're interested in charging in your car, the first thing I'd recommend doing is looking in your car's owner's manual or on the plugs itself inside the vehicle, and look to see if it specifies the amount of volts and the amount of amps that are capable of passing through that port. That'll give you an indication what the fusing is inside the vehicle and how much current you can draw through that port without causing any harm to your vehicle. In my vehicle, it basically says the power spec right on the cap for the plug. A lot of newer vehicles are going to do this because a lot of people are going to plug higher power accessories in. So having that information is super useful for people. In older cars, if it doesn't say specifically on it, or say you have a car that has a cigarette lighter in it, those you should be able to find in the instruction manual for your vehicle, the voltage and the power that are able to be drawn through that port. And if you're charging at 1 or 2C, even at 6S, you should be fine. On most chargers, you can actually see the wattage that is being pulled through the charger on that kind of like main charging screen when you're charging a battery. On that charger, if I'm doing about 2C with a 6S battery, I'm usually in the vague range of like 23 watts, which is far under the limit that my vehicle is capable of. That's actually why I bought the specific power plug that I did. They do sell one with a higher amp fuse in it, with a 15 amp fuse basically. And if you have a vehicle that has 180 or 150 volts capable of passing through that cigarette lighter plug, go with that 15 amp fuse. It gives you that extra headroom above instead of just having that 10 amp fuse. For me personally, it didn't make a ton of sense, so I just went with something that matched my vehicle, and it works perfectly. If you're interested in charging inside your vehicle, obviously always consider safety as that top priority. If something is to go wrong, do not plug this in the trunk of your car or where you can't see it. If something is going wrong with a battery while it's charging, you need to be able to take action pretty much immediately. Make sure obviously the charger is within your line of sight and you can physically have eyes and ears on it while it is charging, because charging is pretty much the most unstable, aside from flying, state that your battery will be in. So just be careful is the overarching lesson here. And that pretty much sums it up. I'm pretty much new to this car charging thing. So far it's going fantastic. And again, I can highly recommend that ISDT charger and that adapter on Amazon. All up, I think the charger is like $35 and the power plug is want to say it was like $6 or $7. So you're in for about 45 and you have a fantastic DC or in-car charging solution. Obviously, you can do this for cheaper. There are less expensive chargers, but if I'm doing something inside my vehicle, especially while I'm driving, I want to make sure it is as safe as possible, and I do trust ISDT. They are a fantastic charger brand, super reliable, never had an issue, never had a concern about a charger coming from them doing anything weird. As always, I do have links down below that are Amazon affiliate links to both the charger and the adapter. They don't cost you anything extra. They basically just give the channel a little kickback if you purchase something off of those links, which is super helpful. Allows me to do new things, review new products. In the comments down below, let me know, have you tried charging inside your vehicle? Do you have any tips, any horror stories? I'd actually like to know, like, if anybody's ever had an issue, what happened, what did they do? Because I like to be prepared. If you've liked this video, please leave a like. It helps me in the algorithm. And as every YouTuber asks for, please subscribe. It'll let you know when new videos drop, and it really helps support me and support this channel. Grow it, be bigger, do bigger things, do crazier things, travel more. Honestly, that's pretty much it. As always, thank you for joining me in this video. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace, bye.